Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 on what if Ash gets Sandile much earlier. We're going straight to the episode so I don't have to waste your time. Let's get into it. Let's do it. The next episode begins with Suella and Brandon in the Pinwheel Forest, and this is where Ash gets to capture his next Pokemon here. And fun fact, did you know Lavanny is Ash's first grass type that isn't a starter? Just really look back. It's the only grass type that Ash is that isn't a starter, which is crazy. And luckily, Ash still gets water here. I don't see anything happening with Sandile prevents him catching, allowing Ash to add water to his team here. Our next episode is the Venipede Stampede, and everything plays exactly the same, but Ash does have Pigeony here. He has Darklet, which at this point does evolve like the original, and this is where we get a moment where Trip uses Strength Thrill and Darklet gets frustrated what the previous lot it had with it, enough to the point that he did evolve just to prove himself to that Pokemon, which allows Ash in first evolution, earning him a powerful flyer here in the Unova region here, and played pretty similar into the end of the episode here. We get to Ash's third badge here, the battle for the love of the bug types. It played pretty similar at the beginning where the gym leader chooses Dwebble and Ash uses Tepigia. It played pretty similarly, but which allows Ash to keep Tepigia, but he refuses to send out Sawato to battle with the gym leaders. Is Swat sending out Whirlipedia, and it's a pretty battle for Swata here, but like in the anime, it evolved here and evolving into Swadloon here and earning Ash a victory. But as soon as the gym later sends out Lavanny here, the final evolution of Swadloon here, it's pretty defeated by her powerful bug moves and grass typing move, and Ash tries to send out Tepig, even though it did some promising damage, but it's unable to go over Lavanny's speed here. Even though Tepig is pretty fast, especially with Flame Charge, but Lavanny is much more graceful, and thanks to her tricky bug moves, allowing the gym leader to have a victory here. And Ash will send out his only option here. His newly evolved Pokemon here, Swanna here. And even though both of them have typing that could easily win over you, and this is a much even battle because of their typing here. But luckily for Ash, Lavanny battled 3 of Ash's Pokemon, even though it's not a hard battle, but it is enough for Swanna here to earn her a big win here. Thanks to her move Aqua Wing and Feather Dance to lower down Lavanny's attack and giving her much more endurance battle here, allowing Ash to win here with his bug badge here. The next episode, it's going to be a big change here. This is originally Oshawott's big episode, but we're going to replace that with Sandile because it could play pretty similarly where Ash battles Brandon, whatever his actual name is. They have a battle as the Stefan will use Blitzel and Ash will use Sandile. This is gone very well for Ash because Sandile has a type advantage over here, but the moment that it lost his glasses, and this is where it played pretty similarly because it lost his glasses and it really needs it. So Ash tries to find a good replacement, but it couldn't find that sweet swagger here. So it played pretty similar at like how Ash and Oshawott played here. But this time, Sandile and Ash gets much more closer, and Ash pretty much says to him he doesn't need glasses to be strong. The strongest thing he has is in himself. And after getting his sunglasses and getting pretty emotionally with Ash, this allows Sandile to beat Blitzed here, and it realizes how strong it really is without the glasses here. But it still brings it because he needs it. But this is enough because of Ash's love and a bit of training. It evolved into Krookodile here, getting Ash his second Pokemon here to evolve here. And Ash celebrates with Krookodile, but this has a slight personality shift. Even though it's not like Charmeleon, it still listens. It just wants to play it cool because of it. So Ash has a very edgy Pokemon that he thinks he's acting cool here, which is a funny moment here. At this point in the what if, this is where the egg that Ash had finally hatches, and it's a Scraggy. And it played pretty similarly, but the key difference is Scraggy thinks that Krookodile is a pretty cool Pokemon, and this is a older brother and younger brother type relationship, because Scraggy thinks that Krookodile is very cool, and Krookodile digs this, and it showed off his moves and his glasses. But even though the rest of his Pokemon doesn't fall for this except for Scraggy, I could see this as a funny joke here, and it could be hilarious. But everything else played the same way, but the two dog types have sometimes had mischievous things in Ash's party here now and then. But our next episode is a big one here. But Ash has a bit of a problem here. His party is quite full, so he made a choice to send Swanna away for the moment. He knows that Swanna is pretty strong at the point and doesn't need much more training, because even though he could do it, but Scraggy it's needed more than Swanna here. So Ash switches out with Scraggy for Swanna here for the moment. And then big episode plays here. Ash and Trip, the triple battle. This is where we get the third time these two are battling. It played pretty similar until the very end, because Ash has a much more different team here, which allows Ash to face Trip with a different approach here. We're going to play out right now. At this point, Trip makes fun of how Ash only has 3 badges while he already has 5 already. But Ash wants to show how Trip is wrong about how weak he is. So he wants to do a bit of show off on his prowess by sending out Krookodile much more early than he originally wanted. And Trip quickly gets quiet and sent out Vanillice, and he has a perfect Pokemon ready to shut down Krookodile from the last battle. And Vanillice tries to use a powerful Aurora Beam here, but Ash commands Krookodile to avoid it by using Dig, and the reptile Pokemon listens to Ash without hesitation as he digs on the ground. But Trip quickly replies with another Aurora Beam into Krookodile's digging hole. As the ice fills in the hole, as Krookodile is frozen as it came out completely frosted from the damage. allowing Ash to be a bit worried, but krookodile is just standing there not to get worried. So Trip commands Vanillice to use Icicle Crash as the latter ice snow Pokemon unleashes a powerful spear barrages of icicle spears, but Krookodile learns a few new moves after evolving, like learning a much more powerful move, Rock Slide, allowing him to reflect the icicle spears with a powerful counter, and leads Krookodile to use another move with a more improved version of Bite Crunch, as it crunch down Vanillice, even though it hates ice typing, but it needs to do this in order to win this. And it's quite of a battle brawler here, showcasing it. But Trip quickly replies to use another roar inside of Krookodile's mouth, and it does so, and it throws Krookodile unable for him to use his mouth the time being, and being much more slower, but this doesn't turn Ash from doing else. So he commands Krookodile to call up upon a powerful sandstorm, as Krookodile commands a powerful sandstorm in the battlefield, covering the field and harder to see what's happening. But it's clear that Trip and Vanillice is struggling to see, but Ash knows what he's planning as it tries to use another Rock Slide, and because how Vanillice is unable to see in the storm, it's unable to dodge or even see the attack coming, as Rock Slide is literally coming down on top of him, knocking it out with one move here. Trip calmly returns his Pokemon and sends out Gyarados to battle, as the muscle Pokemon has evolved into a much bigger Pokemon here. And Ash is surprised by this, but doesn't deter by this, as Krookodile is ready for the battle. And immediately as Krookodile tries to use Crunch here, Gyarados simply replied with a powerful earth-shattering hammer arm, as it uses its BT beam, crashing down on Krookodile's head, doing major damage to Krookodile. Ash has no other choice but to recall Krookodile, noting he has taken a lot of damage here. And Ash sends out Oshawott here, and the two Pokemon stare one another, and Oshawott doesn't feel being a bit of a coward, but he wants to show off its prowess after learning that Ash and Krookodile are getting more closer, and it's getting a bit of a jealous, but that he doesn't show it because it wants to show how strong he can be by knocking out this huge Pokemon here in front of him. But Trip simply replies with a powerful bulk up, as the muscle Pokemon bulbs up with pure muscle powers, as Calder uses Dynamic Punch, doing devastating damage to Oshawott, but Oshawott uses its shell like a shield, reducing the damage but not as much, as Oshawott retaliates a powerful Razor Shell crack, slashing through Goddard's defense and then unleashing a powerful water gun towards it. But unfortunately for Ash here, Gyarados is much more of a powerhouse Pokemon here, because it simply reflects to move and unleashes a powerful slam attack by using its beamer like a sword here, crushing down Oshawott into the ground and doing major damage, as Oshawott struggles to get up here. And Ash couldn't think of anything else what to do, so he tries to call a powerful Razor Shell. So it does so, but it quickly hits the Gyarados. Oshawott tries to slash in at Gyarados, but it keeps blocking with its beam here. Ash has no other choice but to call Oshawott's new move that he just learns from practice battle with Aqua Jet here. And Oshawott does show executing the move, but it misses. And then Ash has no other choice but to record the move again and again, but is unable to hit, and thinking that Chip that Garda is doing good go to dodge. So he recalls his muscle Pokemon and sends out Sylvine here, and this time Chip is not holding back by using Leaf Tornado as it spins upon and does a powerful tornado towards Oshawott here. It took a lot of damage, but it still stands, so Ash calls for one more Aqua Jet here, and it repeats like last time. It keeps missing, but then Chip noticed something, so he took a picture, and this momentarily stops the battle for just for a moment. And Chip points out that Oshawott is closing its eyes, and this is shocked by as he didn't even notice Oshawott was closing his eyes the whole time. And this gets Oshawott a bit embarrassed that he couldn't get his eyes open even though it's a water type. And Ash makes fun of this, and Oshawott gets a bit angry, so he just rushes in, and Ash tries to call a move, but for once Oshawott isn't listening, leading Chip to use a powerful leaf blade here, knocking Oshawott here and leading Ash devastated, but to recall back Oshawott and sends out Tepig here with us ready for battle. And this back and forth with flame charges and leaf play counter after counter, but unfortunately for Ash, even though Tepig has a type advantage, Sylvine is doing wonderfully fine, and this proves that Chip has seriously upped his game the last time they met, and it showed that earning his 5th badge isn't just showing up, it's just a statement that how far Chip is getting, and he's getting closer to Ash's level, but not that close yet anyways, which leaves Tepig to a loss here, getting knocked out with a powerful leaf blade here. As Ash is devastated, has no other choice but to recall Tepig here, and has no other choice but to send out Krookodile here, which has been taking a lot of damage, and Chip doesn't waste another opportunity but to call a powerful leaf storm, and Krookodile counters with its sandstorm, repeating the previous battle these two had. And Krookodile tries to call a powerful rock slide here, but Sylvine managed to knock away by using leaf blade one after another. It gets close, and Krookodile gets even closer, trying to use Crunch here, but unfortunately Trip has learned his lesson and would not underestimate Krookodile again, and doesn't forget how Pikachu has been defeating him. So Trip managed to pull off a strategy here as Sylvine quickly spins around, dodging the crunch completely and unleashing a powerful leaf blade towards Krookodile's back, earning Ash a loss here and Trip winning. But even though Trip won, he is not celebrating here. He simply recalls back Sylvine here. He noted that it took if it wasn't for Oshawott not able to open his eyes, Ash could have an upper hand here. And not only that, Ash has 2 victories over him while he only had 1, which this isn't good enough for him. So he says to Ash, this isn't over. I'm only going to get stronger and stronger until I defeat you and your Pikachu. And I will get my revenge with Krookodile. And he just walks off. Ash is dumbfounded. And this is going to leave our episode here. So what do you think about this what if so far? Make sure you leave a like and leave a notification so you can see the next part coming out. Until next time, peace.